What's up, Chris and Wayne? Ready to be a missive jerk with you all. Chris, thank you so much for the originating post about the man with the owl on his shoulder at the bus stop. You know, I was thinking, like, as you were talking about it and you kept saying this picture, and then I started thinking of one of the best rock groups of all time, but certainly in our lifetimes as millennials, although, Wayne, I know you're outside of the millennial, and that is Nickelback. Look at this photograph. Anyway, I might have listened to that song a few times, and I might have had to listen to your video a few times because I was kind of caught just in that loop of that goatee and the beautiful blonde hair. And anyways, after I got past that, it made me start thinking of a really important Christian work that's not at all problematic and really just one of the well-respected treatises on masculinity. And that, of course, is Wild at Heart, which I've never read. If my Spark Notes is correct, I think it's a book about how we need to recapture a sense of adventure and a masculinity that's been lost for many generations or something like that. And so I was thinking about Owlman at the bus stop and how we have this kind of awe and reverence at him because he represents something that has long been gone. And it's actually a figure with another bird on their shoulder. And I'm talking about pirates.
Ahoy, mateys! I'm a pirate.
Owlman's kind of like pirates, right? You know, it's analogous in the way that we romanticize both of them, ignoring all the realities, because Owlman looks like he's going on this great adventure with this creature on his shoulders, and he doesn't care about anything else. He's just going. And, you know, pirates are the same way, the way that we romanticize them. They're just going out into the world, and they're in search of booty. Adventure. They were in search of adventure. And their lives were just one great adventure. They were constantly going out there and just proving oneself. And they didn't care about other people's opinions or where they were going or scurvy. And this is why we romanticize them, right? Like, they have something we don't have. And so Owlman is kind of that little hearkening back to the pirate kind of philosophy of, I'm just going to go out and find my own thing and be darned to anybody who's going to get in my way. I think we romanticize these kind of people because our lives are pretty boring. Like, what do we get to look forward to? P.F. Chang's? Olive Garden? When we run out and we go to the gym or we go to the store, like, what are we looking for? Booty. Sales. Like, not the sweet pirate kind of sales, but, you know, avocados or 2-for-1 antifungal cream, if that's what you're looking for, you know? Although I guess, you know, pirates only had a lifespan of like 1 to 3 years when they're out on the sea and faced malnutrition and diseases and brutal death. But modern life is pretty boring, isn't it? I think that it's okay to romanticize Owlman, even though who knows what kind of stuff he's going through and what his life is really like, because he's our modern day pirate, and he's waiting at the bus stop of life, and he's just going to see how far it takes him, even if it's past the target on Rancho Cucamonga. So, in my conclusion, even though I have a different conclusion than you do, Chris, God bless Owlman and Nickelback and booty. Well, so that's my take on Owlman and our romanticizing of all these different people who are different than ourselves. Chris, thank you for the starter post. And Wayne, can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. Till next time, guys.
And make sure you eat your vitamin C.